Welcome to the lovely IHP community and the 5D collective of mystic, spiritual, mindful living, loving people, and all who enjoy harnessing the heart, the mind. So, emotional well being is something you pursue, emotional resiliency. You don't do the I want that. You enjoy being, thinking, and the emotional depth. If you are somebody who is inclined to want to add to your daily mindset practices with mindfulness because you have the mindset skills to sift sensations, images, feelings, thoughts, our first series of IHP podcast paid subscriber episodes are live. There's a link in the description box below on YouTube. If you're hearing me, there's a link on IHP main page, wherever you're tuning in from, and you click subscribe. And you'll also, by the way, find the 15-minute episode free to watch so you can get familiar and just get the gist of it. But in the weeks, years, months to come, there'll be different types of content. So I'll always try to remember to give you a sample. In the meantime, the main modules of the Inner Growth Program are live on the main website. And so there's that, where you can go check it out. And anyone who's integrating daily mindset will know of the importance of basically thinking, feeling, journaling, music, all of it. And that's why it's not in a very, sometimes I see people giving like 1, 2, 3s as if they're talking to children. And so I'm not talking to children, I'm talking to individuals who are mastering their mind and they have a body they're in a connection with. So you have that accountability, awareness, and regulation, and there's a desire for it. Those who are challenged with the suffering of life, they have Terrio. I like to spotlight good podcasts. He helps you to learn how to get out of content, to get back to self-worth, to learn to actually love yourself and be yourself. And Patrick Chan is another one. And so those are two good therapists and podcasts. We also have, what's her name? Lovely Dr. Amy, the Biology of Trauma podcast with Dr. Amy. She shared with us in video Neuroception Explained how it isn't about willpower or motivation. No, it's the body's security system. That's for people who are still in a body that is in protection. So we're in a body that's in connection. That's why you're mastering your mind and you don't need a reward. So anybody who wants to be spotlighted for doing emotions, we know that that means they like to drag a pain point around. And I think that they would enjoy the Zen master who tells them that they have laundry and that they cannot actually navigate the enlightenment frequency. I'm navigating the enlightenment frequency, the flow state. I'm navigating when it comes to expert yogis, prophets, gurus, and the ones who think that it's not that easy. Nobody said it's easy. Nobody's talking about the word easy. So when a person can feel and think life with ease, this is what your restorative embodiment, self-aware, accountable, regulating body can do. I don't have a special body, but my ilials might have something to do with it. So again, everyone knows their own body. I know mine. What I know above all is that Jesus, who I follow, and God and Holy Spirit, although as a Christian Catholic who's a 5D mystic in the Enlightenment Soul Age group, I know that not all my Christian Catholic brothers and sisters love me because they think yoga brings demons out of you. They even spread the rumors on their pseudo-intellectual podcasts. Because really, how dare you think that yoga brings demons out of you? You must not know of Peter Levine or Stephen Porges. Oh wait, Stephen Porges is still proving his research, so Wikipedia said it's not proven. So there's a person who, with their golden nuggets, thinks they know everything. What do we do when we meet Pinocchio? Cusco, what's up? Hey, Diego's family. I use news stories to let you understand emotionally immature people actively did not have their brain develop effectively. They chose to disregard as they woke up in the morning thinking of who was going to fuck them in the ass every day, and then whatever else. So human, yes, faith broken in humanity, very straightforward. There's a need for Terrio, Patrick Chan, and oh wait, where's that wonderful woman? Laura Leconf, what's her name? And she says, break free from a destructive mindset in 15 minutes. So here you come once you have said, wow, I love my mindset. That's the part. It's a joy, it's a bonus, and that's because life is a miracle. So I've respectfully respected that Jesus suffered for my sins, and I said, Buddha, I'm making fun of not you. Well, then again, you sat under a tree, and I didn't understand that yoga, mindfulness, and meditation were for ventral vagal toning, and integration of brain. Now I know how to explain it with my actual logical, genuine, perfectionistic, imperfect brain. That's what I am, a perfectionistic. And I'm actually a moral perfectionistic. So I'm a goody two shoes. No, I'm not. Ask him, it doesn't have to be saluted what he thinks about me. I'm pretty sure he thinks that I'm rude. He thinks he taught me common courtesy. So when we meet adaptive child part people, what I'm trying to get at is I don't actually feel like angry, not angry, because I have self-acceptance. I also know how to remember that my brothers and sisters, they all have love, but they also have the same hole in their heart like I do. So they're vulnerable. Difference is I don't pretend to be mean to cover up. And the first 3 years of your life, that's why Robert Spotsky with his book Determined. So our brothers and sisters who want to stick to fear, well, again, doesn't really make a difference because they won't want to be around the ventral energy people. We are gooey, ooey, ooey, to the death of us, to the death and beyond of gooiness. It's like the rainbows, the Care Bears. Woo! But you feel that way. You're not just using it. I'm not kidding. And you're grown up, which makes it even more fun. So my 3-year-old, she's always leading the way. My 1-year-old, I'm still working to support her to be less, like upset about things. And this lovely new moon, it brought some really amazing messages. I got to hear, so all of our brothers and sisters serve something. The ones who are cut off from Purusha Prakriti, they serve with their golden nuggets. So we get to build castles made of gold because they get to stay, they get to stay solidified in this very, very weighed down heavy energy. And then somehow we get to watch as they populate YouTube with everything and anything. So what I'm saying is, please remember, we're a piece of consciousness and they're a piece of it too. And that we have dark matter and dark energy. Again, I'm a mystic mentor. I'm bringing food for thought, channeled guidance, if you didn't understand that, because I know I didn't specify it. Okay, so the new moon, like with, what was it, the summer solstice, the longest day? Yes, there's been themes. I do themes. Okay, so again, become a paid subscriber if you are wanting to integrate to your day-to-day mindset and mindfulness practices, a routine that involves you being able to ideas, lifestyles when it comes to dealing with people. You grow confidence, but you stay in your ventral vagal state. You handle change and them with good stress because it's still going to be stress. It's just not in your destructive stress. I'm sorry that they don't understand. It's really straightforward because, again, it's a muscle, but they have to choose that they want to raise their frequency, and that means to be able to raise a sense of ease, to be at home inside their body, which doesn't feel like home. That's the sad part. So they are in hell in their body, and therapists will negotiate with them to say, hey, your neuroception, we can work with you. If they don't want it, they will resist treatment, dietary changes. They will resist doing mindfulness and mindsight and mindset practices and go on screen and say, since you're picking on avoidance, I decided to come let you know what we do. And, I don't go to therapy and don't do everything they said because, people are fucked up, so why should I? Because the suffering is here and you're then actually in a frequency of it in your body, which is not happy about it, but, we can't. Yes, they can prove it, but they don't want to believe it. So again, raise your frequency, inner stillness. You're still here if that's the case with you, and you embody more of you in aliveness. This is really fun. Okay, so when you're not afraid of the depths of your emotional plane, which is why would you ever turn away from your own? All you need is love. Boom, all you need is love. Love is all you need. And there are things that you won't be able to help, like people. And so, with that being said, my inner child, she's all here, and I would never turn away from her, but I won't also say life, this very existence is pain. That doesn't motivate me. I'm like, okay, are you done exaggerating what are tears? Because I'm a big girls, they do a cry, yes they do, and so do big boys. So the point is, when you're crying and when you're laughing and when you're smiling, the whole world comes with you. Yes, we're a frequency. And what's fun about the ventral vagal state is you all have it. Okay, so when people are reactive to ventral energy, that's not for us to do anything about. The therapists have all informed me in all my courses. And as a 5D mystic, I can tell you I noticed something off about the 4D and everything they were doing between the matrix, the twin flames, the creating separate groups from each other, calling each other names of, I don't know, plasma. But then I was like, Maria, it's fun. Look how many different groups you got. So the biggest and most important thing is that those of us who are of the 5D collective come together and enjoy all of it. And none of them are more special than others. We just use different words to talk about the same concepts, and they don't care. That's why we're all a team. Because again, we're not the ones who say, no, you have to use them our way, the words. It's like, no, we don't want to. We have different books. What do you want? I'm not throwing them at you. Okay, so downloading, channeling. This is how I do it. This is how I do it. Why would I not do it this way? So the Earth Keeper, you know how this came through? This amazing man, he's being interviewed. And I will be sharing some of what his guidance that came through. And I said, you know what? This came into my mind. I said, I need to share with our Earth Keepers a message today. And so here we are. 1, mastering your mind means you have and enjoy your body in connection. So again, all your child parts, you have a relationship that is securely attached with yourself, and you want that with other and others. Doesn't matter polyamory, monoamory, doesn't matter romantic, not romantic. It can be your therapist, it can be whoever you want, but it's a human being who exists in the flesh. And you know that they are safe haven, secure base because they know how to navigate their ventral vagal state. So that means they have healthy self-worth. So that makes them a fun grown-up because they're a 3-year-old with a grown-up, not a teenager asshole. Because teenagers, I was not an asshole. It was, I'm not playing with you anymore. You're an asshole. Fine, you know what? I can't prove I'm not, but it's okay. I'm good and evil. What do you want now? So when people want to make it seem that there can't be kindness and they present that to you, that you are hiding shit, it's like, really? You think I'm a coward? I'm not afraid of telling you the truth. I don't understand. So as a teenager, I really didn't understand any kids. They booed me. If they had even touched me with one finger, I would have reported all of them. Today I'm a grown-up. I don't do it that way. But you better bet I'm thinking, touch me, try it. Watch me go rat you out and get you into trouble for real. So when people are not going to stand up for themselves like that, well, they don't know their 3-year-old self-agent. I do, because my mother taught me self-respect, acceptance, and all of it. And she taught me what grown-ups look like when they try to manipulate you. And that if they do scare us, I have a twin, that she will step in. I got to see it into action. Okay, I'll put it into action. But she taught me manners. Okay, so if you can't say something nice, you don't say anything at all. God taught me not to play know-it-all. And so I remained composed and contained. Oh no, just composed. The container is full of love. So you get to practice love with all your brothers and sisters, Earth Keepers, because as this man has a purpose with the energetic sphere and consciousness and how it expands. It's a really amazing story, by the way. I love hearing stories because I'm always wondering about just how many different ways every one of us can provide ourselves with that which is called purpose and meaning. And then I think of human secondary consciousness, which is explained by scientists, which is where we like to have something that we know, because the unknown drives thoughts crazy, not me. I'm an empowered feminine. So I say, dark matter, dark energy, please don't implode. And that's why existential physics, don't worry, Sabine, I won't be like, oh my God, now I have no purpose. I'm an expert yogi because I know, hello, darkness, my old friend, I've come to talk. Basically, Marcus Aurelius helped me to not worry about death because he gave me if you can't do anything about it, Maria, why don't you use your brain for something better? And I was like, you know what, you're right, Marcus. I'm going to do that. Here I am. Here I am, rocket like a hurricane. Okay, so with the coming of the new moon, the ancient ones are proud of the Earth Keepers. They are proud of you. If you're still here, this message is for you. Because like I said, as channelers, we know when we're being called to share something. I just make fun with it and give it a very light tone. So, very proud of the Earth Keepers that are expanding consciousness and harnessing their higher human consciousness potential through anchoring in ventral energy that comes with living a restorative, embodied, self-aware, accountable, and regulating life. So, use your human name. Use your human name and all your child parts. I don't have a picture of a human right now, but you know what? Actually, wait, I'm going to go grab one. The one human who I know for some of us means the world and beyond. And then there's also icons that I used to enjoy. I won't mention them. And that's why the scientists say, see, you changed. I grew up, and now I know what it means for people to drag around pain points and be drama kings and queen, and not queens, optimize and move into their restorative embodiment. So I just have to now tease those things. Okay, so again, harnessing your human higher consciousness potential through anchoring in your ventral energy that comes with living a restorative, embodied, self-aware, accountable, regulating life, or you're aiming for that. Everyone's story is different. So thanks to daily inner growth mindset exercises, mindfulness practices, mindset skills, even if you don't use these words, it means that you can think and feel and deeply have a relationship with the heart, the mind, the body, the self, and that is of our lovely 5D collective of mystic, spiritual, and mindful living and loving people. You stay grounded in reality easily, so you know that, yes, YouTube may be populated with a bunch of different stories, but we still know the earth is round. If the flat earthers ever prove that it's not, we will say, wow, you know, we really owe you an apology. Like, so sorry. That's how grown-ups do it. When we realize that we're wrong. It's like, I was wrong. But for now, Neil deGrasse, I'm wondering, I haven't watched your video about proving the earth is round again. I'm going to have to watch it, because then I'm going to have to see if they found a way to, you know, to tell you you're not right. Okay, so we stay grounded in reality easily. When we are presented with anything, we're grounded because we stay in our prefrontal cortex, so that's engaged. And in those situations, if you tune into the exercise of the 15 minutes, you'll understand why I'm giving you a different example. You won't know the 3 or 5 unless you're a paid subscriber, but in the meantime, you pursue mental, emotional, physical mastery and resiliency with curiosity and consistency, because you don't say, I'm laundry, I want to do self-help, personal development, I want to know. Do I make myself clear? Awesome, because really that's what it comes down to. Securely attached, non-traumatized human being right here. If you are not going to have an easy time with emotions yet, that's why I said Terry Real, Patrick Tiahan, Dr. Amy with Neuroception Explained. Go figure those things out, and then please don't do like the avoidant who says, I want it. You have 2 options. You either do it, or at least understand where your suffering comes from. It's your embodied brain, which is still in a body. You don't master your body in connection. You don't master your mind because you don't do the bilateral. And when you're in structural dissociation, well, we see Cusco out of you. And there you go. I mean, your 0-8-year-old. It's fine if you want to stay. It's okay. We can be friends with your 0-8-year-old, and the 16-year-old is leading the way. That's the emotionally immature people who they can't help themselves. They can only help themselves if they say, you know, my attitude and my feelings are a bit assholishness. I really don't want to do it that way. I don't have to take things personally. I can stand in my belief, being grounded in reality. Any of my cherishable beliefs can be falsifiable, and then I can have equanimity and discernment like God is, and loving to me at least, and know how to hang out with people like an actual functional child adult. It's really going to be a lot more fun because we expand our thinking and feeling together versus being all rigid and pissy in our pants, which I don't actually know of because I'm flexible, adaptive, coherent, energized, and stable. Even when it's like, excuse me, I'm confusing science, spirituality. No, I'm bringing them together. Human, spiritual, spirituality, sciences, it's all one and in the same. Well, they have different ways to explain. No, because I'm a mystic too. Really? Okay, wait, hold on. Maybe I said it wrong because my men friends say I say it wrong, so blah, 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 blah. No. And then I get to see Buddha and quantum physics on the arm. I was like, you know what? I'm now curious. I don't know what the fuck you're thinking, but I think we're going the same way. Could you tell me what you're thinking? It would be really awesome. And so, again, you have fun with people. Having a body and connection makes it possible for our earth keepers to experience and handle moments of ease or turmoil with good stress, an unwavering sense of self, and a deepening of the essence of life that lives within you. Unlike people who have disturbances in self-organization, as Patrick Tan shares with us, they will have a not good deal with relationships, so not secure attachment. They will also not be able to handle and work with their affect and emotions, and they will not own and or have a stable sense of self. Watch his video, Why Your CPTSD Isn't Getting Better, Patrick Tan, okay? So when people choose their well-being, they choose well-being for all. When we are navigating our ventral energy, we're doing a vibration, a frequency. It's a ripple effect. So while some of our lovely mystic brothers and sisters are busy with a lot of other things, I get to share with you how I get to tell you Jesus and Buddha walked with restorative, embodied, self-aware, accountable, regulating bodies and brains and minds. They just didn't use the words because science wasn't there. And when Buddha says you can be him, when Sadhguru says you can be him, Buddha, or Jesus, he doesn't know the psych education words. I do. I'm the spiritual translator of spiritual human. There you go, science. And the ones say, no, they don't want to hear it. I don't know why. No, I do know why. They're competing with subject matters. They're not seekers. They don't have the blank mind to say, hold on a minute, we do consilience, right, left. Everything can come together because we like to understand first what we're doing, and then we can talk about why we like different colors and flavors. We don't have to actually keep them separate. So when you have an integrated brain, people who have fun in life and they like knowledge and they like information, they recognize it's not personal. Because opinions don't need you to be personal. Your self-image, it's a self-image that is consistently stable. Use your human name. They can't take it away from you. That's how personality patterns work when it's flexible, adaptive, coherent, energized, stable. I get to be Maria, and then I get to, with equanimity, discernment, and love, and have more and more fun. You must be a whore. No, I'm not. Polyamory. You must be traumatized. Again, no. So when people like to chime in, unlike those who are using the word activist, and you can tell they're in their, I'm not in that. I actually am a person who says, hey, everybody has a right to an opinion. I mean, I got mine. I think pigs can fly. Flat earthers have a good time. It's because of you. Sure, it might be. No, it's not because of me. The difference is I'm a securely attached person. So it's because of a lot of things that we have people who are actually. So that, again, whenever somebody wants to use strict parameters, to me, it's humorous because there's ways that intellectuals and intelligent ones and knowledge come together when they're genuine intellectuals, and then when you're in your ventral energy. Okay, so your self-image is stable and you have an integrated brain. There's no child parts that come up. There's no charges. So the activist is not the word, it's that they got a charge and then they continue, and in fact there's your martyr superior energy, and then there's blamers victims, and you'll see as they engage in the very little superhero supervillain energy that they do. And so there's a whole different story. Anyways, harnessing the inner growth mindset, it ignites the passion of your heart. Give me a second because we got some cards that came with that. Well, one we can share, see Jesus with his passion. Okay, so harnessing an inner growth mindset ignites the passion of your heart, welcomes the mystical shamans and the owl's wisdom, ancient wisdom, marries our modern wisdom and our modern day times, and all the knowledge that is consistently brought forth and shared amongst us comes together to support our own nourishment, but also nourishing the future. So the rainmaker, what comes forth through you as a person who creates societal, cultural, and any kind of change, and Mother Earth is very joyous for those of us who are the earth keepers, to inspire human potential by bringing forth the whole authentic true self and living life in expansion. So when you're expanding, the way that you are learning things and engaging, science, spirituality are not competing, technology not competing. The reason there's fear amongst human beings of these topics are because they have a bunch of people who aren't whole. I know plenty of them. I make fun of them all the time. So I'm going to leave it alone because the Earth Keepers are not concerned with those who are still consistently able to choose if they will want to, at one or more moments of time, the bright sides of neuroplasticity, and to integrate vertically, horizontal, all of it. So I'm going to leave it at that. As the 5D collective anchors in the higher frequency of love through daily mindset practices that ground the higher self in the body, we settle into using our bodies in connection and send a ripple of love and enlightenment frequencies across the earth for all to benefit from. People who want to tap into their infinite higher human consciousness potential experience love the higher frequencies. That's because they welcome their true self with body and that's in connection, and that's why you master it, and mind, and that's why you're mastering this, because it's an integrated brain, bilateral, vertical. Okay, so they're now, and heart, open, and self, aligned in a secure attachment human being, whether earned or not. So as functional child adults, we get to enjoy each other. And that's why, if you want, you become a paid subscriber and you integrate into your day-to-day mindset mindfulness routine, the IHP-IG mindset exercises, ideas, and lifestyle practices. Again, you continue to grow confidence, handle change with good stress, raise your higher frequency to even more and beyond. And you gain more of that inner stillness and aliveness. And if you want one-to-one mentorship, you email me and you can formally make a request, whatever your objectives, what are your desires. I have a very specific way I plan to work with mentorees, by the way. And that is something to discuss privately, of course, and eventually I'll make it public on landing pages and whatnot. But in the meantime, this lovely new moon that's coming about and the lovely messages, I'm really, really honored and happy that we get to be what Dr. Daniel Siegel presents, who is in a role as a secure attachment figure, might be the only secure attachment figure another human being will have ever experienced, no matter how old they are, okay? And that means that you will continue to be a deep source of soothing where they have not had ever a safe haven. And then you'll also continue to be a secure base for them where they have not had a secure base. And for them, a safe haven means a nervous system that can be at ease with another nervous system. And that is an incredible big source, not only of energy, but of a moment where if they're afraid and feeling in distress in the world, you will be able to bring them some ease. Now, that's not comforting to me when I understand that then they simply go back and forth with distress. But again, they will be able to, thanks to a person who gives them a sense of safety, be in presence, attunement, resonance, and trust. And therefore, they'll be able to participate in reflection better and have a moment of rest while they're in a world that is very much dangerous. We know that. So secure base. They learned that they could go out and explore the world without using dissociation. Okay, so when a person finds clinical, we all have dissociation, but clinical dissociation was what Dr. Daniel Siegel was talking about. This is from my course, Disorganized Attachment and Dissociative Disorders, with the many facets of who they are now, all available to them in a continuity and a coherence that is really helping their self feel full. Integration made visible is kindness and compassion. This road to integration can be incredibly energizing because what you are doing and helping is one, for you to bring forth your maximum potential, but someone else to heal and bringing forth out into this world the love and connection that is the birthright for all of us. Again, it's Dr. Daniel. Life as we move together to create more integration in our world. And that means I'm a me and you're a we, and it's a we. And the earth will feel it, and so will all of our brothers and sisters. Said Guru, the most precious thing is life itself. Will you realize this now or only on your deathbed? It's very sad. Some people, they don't realize how amazing they are. Dalai Lama, we can approach life with laughter and love, not in spite of all the suffering, but actually because of it, that we can have a kind of responsibility to bring the joy into the world. Bring joy into the world. Some dudes like, how dare you smile in the face of the suffering? That was his answer. And I said in one of our episodes, in fact, in the intro, the stopholder for our IHP podcast paid subscriber content, there's a 7.5, 15-minute intro. And I tell you about our 3-year-old and then about how we have the ability, but not necessarily the responsibility, because I have the ability. You do too. There's our earth keepers. And the part, though, I don't have the possibility to force you to be in ventral vagal state when neuroception explains how it's based on your perception, not on reality. And your body is the one that is going to be consistently scanning security. Am I safe? And if you don't take note of how your body feels. So body in protection is not a healthy body. And there's a lady who says it's dangerous to have no emotions. It's not inherently enlightening or true or healthy to be non-reactive. She doesn't know what she's talking about. But she said this in another video. I'm going to dismantle the modern day therapist because they're trying to imprison you. And that's a drama king queen right there. And the people who say you shouldn't call them that are the people who don't recognize some people won't come to you. They will actually smile as someone goes to them talking about toxic positivity, and they're smiling like the little squirrel from Cusco land. In the meantime, I'm thinking, wow, you're really feeling our energy, aren't you? Well, yeah, we don't need to be in each other's presence. There's just more of us on Earth. Thanks, therapist. It's amazing. So, the sciences are the reason why there's more of ventral energy and more of us who are integrated brains, securely attached, and untraumatized people. I'm a bonus for everyone who wants to be their self mindfully with integrity and be badass. That's why, again, become a paid subscriber. You're going to help the channel grow. Come on, you can do it. No, you can wait a little bit longer. If you're new, you don't know me yet, so maybe you want to get to know me a little bit more so you can make sure that you want to be associated to the IHP content. Just remember, we're not good or evil. We're basically the in-betweens. It's kind of like, really? Are you still using that word in that way? Because I saw a bunch of philosophers, religious people, scientists, they're all debating. Like, they're not even having fun. No, they were having fun. It was really interesting. I didn't finish watching it. I love when they talk about smart things. Oh, and there is a Michael Stone forensic criminologist scale. Yes, for evil, they all end up in prison, except for the 1 to 7 who are not charming to people like me, because I'm a master of my mind and my body in connection. And I notice Cusco a mile away because it's ego without an owner. And that means I got a 3-year-old who's leading with a 16-year-old who basically, though, will make me feel, oh, I can't help it. I can't help but get curious about what are you going to say? Because I have no fucking idea. I'm curious, open, aware, and accepting and loving that I don't know what your mind thinks. I don't want to read your mind. Anytime I'm hearing anybody say they want telepathy, why? I like the exchange. I, like Michael Yapko points out, can have completely effective interactions, even as I'm nervous. Because I'm like, I'm not afraid of you. I can do it. So that's because, again, mental emotional mastery right here. Physical safety, my gut would tell me I'd be running away, but you're not a bear. So that's how I'm going to end it. Thank you for stopping by. Like, share, and subscribe. And if you do know people who like personal development, spiritual growth, being their self, and mindset, tell them about the paid stuff and then tell them about the free stuff. And then remember, YouTube, Spotify for creators, Amazon, iHeartRadio. There's a bunch more. I can't remember them all. And yes, you find me on Instagram, Facebook. I don't use that much, but I still have presence. LinkedIn. I've been around for a long time. So, but yeah, no, just follow YouTube. And if you want Instagram for now, don't worry. And Spotify, actually. Instagram, no, leave it alone. I only joined because, I had to be there, but I'm not really. It's a long story. See, I can tell you, but I won't. I'm going to leave you now. Thanks for stopping by again.